Hey, and welcome back. So today we're going to talk about how you can take some banging photographs just using your mobile phone. Whoa, this is going to be a good one. Stick around. What's up everybody? Welcome back to another video here at Benham Media. My name is Nathan and it's an absolute pleasure to see all of you here today. Now I use the hashtag over on Instagram, BMPix2020, and if you'd like the opportunity to see some of your work featured on this channel, then please consider using the hashtag, and yeah, I will shout you out as and when I go over the hashtag. So mobile photography. In the last few years or so, the phone companies have really sort of stepped up their game with their camera technology and with the type of apps that you can now download and use for your photographs. Like, it's become so much easier to make your mobile photography look so good, so good. And I quite often get asked, how do I make my mobile phone photos look as good as the shots that I take with my actual camera? And the truth be told, it's no big secret. You know, you've got to think of your lighting, you've got to think of like how you're positioning everything, but it's generally down to your own imagination, and it's not that difficult. So I want to show you today how I generally take a photograph with the mobile phone and the apps that I generally use to sort of start making those photographs punch. But first off, I need to find something to shoot. So yeah, let's have a bounce. Oh. Right, so after spending the best part of half an hour trying to get a wristwatch to stand the way that I want, I've completely scrapped the idea and I'm going with my vlogging camera. The Canon G7X Mark II. It's a sensational vlogging camera and, you know, something that I highly recommend because I use it all the time when I am shooting out and about and I need my main camera to take photographs. Now, one of the big things people worry about is the space. I don't have space to take these type of photographs. I don't have the opportunity to take these type of photographs, which is, you know, sometimes valid, but sometimes not. Now, I am lucky that I've got this space at the end of my garden. I don't have a car, so I use my garage as a sort of makeshift studio, but it's also mainly a way that I can get away from the family and means I can make my videos and take my photographs without sort of like messing around with them too much. But again, all you need to do is find a room inside your house that has some natural light, a large window. Sometimes your kitchen is usually best because all of the white tiles and sort of the whiteness sort of like makes it bounce some light all around. And simply for this photograph, we are not going to go into too much effort. Well, I'm simply using a chair that I'm sitting on. I'm using a sort of black bed sheet, and for the background, quite simply, a tray, which I cook on, and yeah, it's absolutely perfect. So let's set up our little shoot area and we'll start taking some really cool mobile phone photos. Right, so we're all set up, and because it's a bit of a sunny day, I've put a bit of a bed sheet up on the window, sort of that way it will sort of diffuse some of the harsh sunlight that's coming through. I've also stuck a matchbox underneath the camera to give it a little bit of lift in the actual flame, so it doesn't look like it's all sort of flat and put down. And quite simply, we're just going to take the phone and just take one shot. That's all I'm going to pretty much do. So I'm going to take the phone, open up the camera, and just get ourselves, actually I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn the camera on so the lens is out. That would be pretty cool, wouldn't it? There we go. Let's do that. Got a bit of product photography. I'm going to come in nice and close to about there. Perfect. Let's try to get like a decent angle, get low down to it as well. Don't worry about if you get too much sort of like, I don't know, sort of like the edge of whatever you're shooting on into it as well. I've got the flash on, got to turn that off. I don't need that one at the moment. So bring that down to about there. A couple of little in camera shots, and let's just take one photo just like that. Let's have a look at it. There you go, that's not too bad. Cool, let me show you how to edit. So there we go, that's the picture taken. So let's jump into the phone and start with the editing. Now the app I'm going to use is called Snapseed. It's a free app, you don't need to pay for anything with it, and you can almost do anything inside this app. Of course, there are other apps available, but with this particular photograph, I'm going to use the sort of Snapseed. So I'm going to put the screen record on so you can see what I'm doing. It should hopefully pop just up here. Now first off, what we've got to do is tap the center cross and then bring in your image. And as you see at the bottom, you'll see the three sort of styles, tools, and export. Quite self-explanatory. We're going to go into tools, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to crop it. Okay, so I want a nice little square cross like that, and I'll bring it in a little bit into the center, nicely just like that. At least that way it's ready, it's got the crop that we want. I'm going back into tools, I'm going to tune image, and you're basically going to slide your finger from side to side now. Right, so we're going to go with the brightness first. We're going to bring the brightness down, not by too much. And at the bottom here, you've got your little slider panel. Go into contrast, bring the contrast down. Again, there we are. Now the ambience is quite a good one because it sort of brings a nice little bit of like a sort of ambience, I guess. It sort of plays around with the shadows and the highlights a little bit, just like that. Then you've got highlights, we're going to bring them down a tad, and then bring the shadows down. There we go, just like that. And then we go back into tools, and we're going to go into perspective. Quite simply, you use your finger or your thumb to sort of move the image around. And the cool thing about this is that if you look at the image, you will see that it will have the black lines at the top of it, but when you release, it auto fills for you. So you can have a bit of a play around with that, and it literally just use whatever pixels are around, and it auto fills the square for you, which is absolutely brilliant. So we've just angled it slightly, and then I'm going to go to the healing brush. I'm going to get rid of these harsh edges like that. Bit of a heel. There we go. I'm just going to play around with that. Oh, that's just right. So it's messed around there a little bit. Don't want that, do we? Fine tune it slightly. There we go. It's a little bit like that. So it's not perfect, but I'm just rushing through it at the moment. But it takes away those sort of like harsh little edges a little bit. Let's go back into here as well. Let's go with the details. So we're gonna go with sculpture first. So we'll really bring them up a little bit. There we go. Go into sharpening. And again, you're just using your finger to go to and fro. And let's have a look at what else can we play with. Oh, let's go into a vignette. So let's bring a vignette, see how good it is around the edges. What we can also do, tap on those, you can go to inner brightness, and you can bring that up a little bit as well. And anything else we want to play with? Total contrast, what's that? Let's have a look, shall we? Oh, that's pretty cool. That's not too bad. And finally, let's go for a bit of lens blur, shall we? So we'll spread that out a little bit like that. Move it around, but right in the center. And there we are. And that is the final photograph. So you've gone from something a little bit like this, so a nice flat image, and just by using your mobile phone and the app, you've gone to this as well. And then you can just stick that straight on Instagram as you like it, if it's something that you enjoy. Boom, fantastic. And that's it. That's a great way of making your mobile phone photography bounce. Just simply sort of find a decent subject, have a little look at some of the apps out there, and yeah, it's all about patience. Take your time on finding the right location, finding the right subject, finding the right apps. You don't need to just snap away. And yeah, guys, that's it for this video. I hope you found it interesting. I hope you found it interesting. If you have, please hit the like button just down there. It would mean so much to me if you would do so. Do not forget the hashtag BMPix2020 over on Instagram. And guys, I will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching the video. As always, I've been Nathan. You've been sensational. Mwah, 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 mwah.